Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about understanding human behavior. I know it might sound like a dry topic, but trust me, it's anything but. As humans, we're all driven by certain motivations and instincts, and understanding those can help us navigate our personal and professional lives more effectively. Now before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Naim, and I've spent the last number of years studying psychology and human behavior. I'm not just some guy with a camera and a microphone. I've got the credentials to back it up. So, what can you expect from this video? Well, we're going to be exploring a few different topics, including the power of persuasion, the role of emotions in decision-making, and how to improve your communication skills. But before we get too serious, let me share a quick story to lighten the mood. The other day I was trying to convince my dog to take his medication. I tried everything from hiding it in his food to wrapping it in cheese. But no matter what I did, he just wouldn't take it. The whole ordeal was a reminder that even the simplest of behaviors can be motivated by complex factors. So if you're ready to learn more about human behavior and how it impacts our daily lives, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started. Human behavior is complex, to say the least. It's a topic that's intrigued scientists, psychologists, and philosophers for centuries. It's fascinating to study how people act and react in different situations. That's why there are so many theories and approaches to understanding human behavior. Some focus on biology, while others look at the environment. Genetics plays a significant role in shaping behavior. Studies have shown that certain genes can make people more prone to certain behaviors, such as aggression or addiction. But it's not just nature that shapes behavior. Nurture is just as important. The environment we grow up in, the people we surround ourselves with, and the experiences we have all contribute to our behavior. Observing and measuring behavior can be tricky. But there are ways to do it. Scientists use things like surveys, experiments, and even brain scans to understand how people behave. And it's not just scientists who can observe behavior. We observe it every day in our interactions with others. Let me give you an analogy to help make this content more relatable. Human behavior is like a recipe. Just like how a recipe has different ingredients that come together to create a dish, behavior also has different factors that come together to create a response. And just like how a chef can tweak a recipe to get a different outcome, we can tweak our behavior by changing our environment or our mindset. Plus, just like how there are countless recipes out there are countless behaviors to study and understand. So now that we've defined human behavior, looked at different theories and approaches, discussed the role of genetics and environment, and even thrown in a cooking analogy, let's dive deeper into the science behind human behavior. So, we've talked about the basics of psychology, but let's dive a little deeper into some common behaviors and their psychological roots. You know that feeling when you're supposed to be studying for an exam, but instead you decide to reorganize your closet. That's procrastination, my friends. It's a behavior that affects us all at some point in our lives, but have you ever wondered why we do it? Well, it's not just laziness. There are underlying psychological factors at play, such as fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of motivation. Another common behavior is impulsivity. We've all made impulsive decisions, whether it's buying something we don't need or saying something we regret. But did you know that impulsivity can be linked to certain mental health disorders such as ADHD and bipolar disorder? It can also be related to a lack of self-control and poor decision-making skills. And let's not forget about anxiety. It's a feeling that many of us are familiar with, but for some, it can be a debilitating behavior that affects their daily lives. Anxiety can be caused by a variety of psychological factors such as trauma, stress, and genetics. Now let's get real. These behaviors may seem harmless, but they can have negative impacts on our lives and society as a whole. Procrastination can lead to missed opportunities. Impulsivity can lead to financial troubles, and anxiety can lead to isolation and decreased productivity. But don't worry, I'm not here to leave you with a gloomy outlook on life. Let's add a humorous twist to keep things light. You know what they say? Laughter is the best medicine. So next time you catch yourself procrastinating, just remember that you're not alone and it's okay to take a break. Just don't forget to eventually get back to work, or your closet will be the only thing that's organized in your life. Have you ever tried to change a habit or behavior only to find yourself falling back into old patterns? It can be frustrating, but it's also incredibly important to recognize the need for change. That's why we're diving into strategies for changing behaviors today. One approach is goal setting. By setting specific, measurable goals, we can track our progress and hold ourselves accountable. Another strategy is implementing a reward system. This can help reinforce positive behaviors and create a sense of motivation. But here's the thing, mindset is key. Without the right mindset, it can be difficult to make lasting change. This means adopting a growth mindset, being open to feedback, and recognizing that change takes time. Now let me share some inspiring stories of people who have successfully changed their behaviors. From quitting smoking to losing weight, these individuals demonstrate the power of perseverance and a positive mindset. And speaking of positive mindsets, let me share a funny story with you. So the other day, I tried to start a new workout routine, but I ended up accidentally signing up for a dance class instead. Let's just say my two left feet made for some hilarious moments, but you know what? I laughed it off and kept going. Because at the end of the day, it's all about embracing the process and having fun along the way. So whether you're trying to break a bad habit or form a new one, remember that change is possible. With the right strategies and mindset, anything is achievable. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, folks. From the basics of human behavior to the science of change, we've explored how our actions are influenced by a multitude of factors, both internal and external. But why does understanding human behavior really matter? Simply put, when we understand the factors that influence our behavior, we can start to change them. We can become more self-aware, more intentional, and more effective in achieving our goals. So, my call to action for you today is simple. Apply what you've learned. Take a moment to reflect on your own behavior and consider how you might use this knowledge to make positive changes in your life. And hey, if all else fails, at least you can impress your friends with your newfound knowledge of psychological theories at your next dinner party. Thanks for watching, folks. Till next time, keep on learning and keep on growing.